Hello and welcome back to another episode of Nosh's Quest to Gold. This is the Season 7 edition. I'm going to apologise for something I've meant to apologise for a while, which is the quality of the microphone. To actually get it loud enough to hear my voice, that's why you get the static white noise feedback sound that constantly plays all the time. And if I turn on the noise cancellation thing that's built into the motherboard, into the soundboard, sorry, it sounds like I'm inside a fish tank. So it's either this or fish tank Nosh. You could let me know which you prefer. But anyway, today it's going to be a Zerg versus Protoss. My opponent today is the red Zerg, StrYker. This is in Tomb Valley. He's up at the top left, I'm down at the bottom right. Furthest possible spawns, Protoss versus Zerg, Nosh versus StrYker. Now, we're going to go through another learning experience with me today. We're going to see how I deal with using not a 4-gate. This is not where you put your pylon if you're going to 4-gate. You put your pylon here, and you block off here, so that if 6 pull, then not dead. So as you can see with my pylon down the front here, with chronos being dumped heavily into probes, and this many probes stacked up, I'm actually going to reach 14 supply, and then I'm going to pull on down with a probe, and put my forge down. I'm going for your typical run-of-the-mill forge, fast expand. Now I've just scouted the bottom left. StrYker is not in fact there. He's just moving out to scout the top right to not find me either. So very soon we're both going to realise that our opponent is in cross-positional places. Now if you have a quick look at StrYker's build, so far he has built drones and overlords. He's going for a hatch first build. So it's going to be fast expand versus fast expand, and as I just called it, here we go. This little drone is sneaking down here to drop his expansion, just at the same time as my little probe comes sneaking on into the base. Now that was actually a good spot by me. Instantly just going to run around the back here, check to see if there's a spawning pool, which there is not, and at the same time you'll see that my forge is just about finishing up and I'm about to drop my expansion as well. So 400 minerals, there we go, expansion goes down. But then we go back down here to have a quick check to see what my opponent's doing. There it is, there's its expansion, but without a spawning pool, this seems kind of strange. So what I'm going to try and do, plop a pylon down here, get a cannon somewhere here. I think I'd actually have preferred it here, but I think I'll opt for it here maybe. Thinking I might wall it in from Zerglings, but anyway, cannon's going to go here and we're going to try and cannon out this. But you'll notice that StrYker's now in my base and he's scouting me. He's come down here, he's actually seen the forge, but he's not seen the fast expand, so he's going to move down here with his drone. There it is, there's my fast expand. What does StrYker do? Well, let's just have a look. Selects his own hatch. Do it, StrYker. Do it, StrYker. Selects his own hatch. Cancel. He didn't spot this till after he cancelled. He comes over to check what that is and sees that it's a photon cannon, but his plan all along was to lure me into thinking he was expanding and dropping a roach warren. There you go. It's going to be some really early roach pressure coming out of my opponent versus a failed cannon rush and an attempted forge fast expand. Now, I'm not used to doing forge fast expands at all. This is a learning experience for me. As you can see, I think there's actually a couple of gaps in my wall already. I'm not sure if that in itself is a gap, but this is definitely a gap. Any hoozles, my opponent has cancelled the hatch. I can see that the hatch is cancelled, so I assume some degree of aggression is coming. But at the same time, I'm not entirely sure what one does in that situation. I've got my gateway coming up. I've blocked this gap with another cannon, that'll stop some roaches, but what I'd really need is maybe another gateway, another couple of cannons here or there, a third cannon up the back here, maybe a fourth cannon down the front here. 4 cannons for a ramp this big. If you're maybe on Antigua Shipyard or something where this part of the ramp's not there, then you can maybe get off with some smaller cannons, but 2 cannons add no units isn't really going to do me good favours. Back up the top, you can actually see StrYker is starting his roach production. He has 3 out at the moment, 2 coming out. He also has a spawning pool, but no lings whatsoever as yet. Yep, absolutely no lings at all, checking the quick unit count there. But if actually we have a quick look at that, I have no offensive units at all. There's no Nosh units. It's just lots and lots of probes. You can actually see as well that StrYker's cut drones entirely to focus everything he has on this roach push. Now, I do have my 2 cannons, and I am chronoing out my Zealot, but I've gone for a Cyber Core here. I haven't made any more units. I thought Stalkers or maybe Sentries would be better to have in this situation, but with my drone holding the watchtower, I can see all these roaches coming. I don't think I actually click and save this guy in time. No, he just gets flat out fucking killed. I don't know where this probe thinks he's going either. Oh, I'm checking for a third, that's what I'm doing. I think he's gone and sneakily expanded somewhere else. But now I've seen these roaches coming, besides this zealot which just is trying to make love to this pylon, I'm panicking. This is what's known as the 3 panic pylons of I'm about to lose the match. StrYker does a great job of just pushing up, takes out the first cannon, takes out the second cannon as well, some good pressure. He's also rallying, as you can see, all his forces across the map to run in and push me. So I push in with all of my probes off of my natural expansion to try and just hold him in place, to stop him getting any further through the wall off, to try and allow these cannons the time they need to finish. But I'm losing unit after unit after unit. I'm not actually doing too well at all. There we go, 15 workers killed. I bring down the remainder of my probes as one of the cannons finishes, but this one is actually, both of them are now out of range because StrYker did a great job of focus firing pylons, and because he's still funneling in roach after roach after roach, there's not a lot I can really do. 44 supply against 9 supply. Unit wise, it's 11 roaches versus 9 probes. I'm trying to maybe get this cannon back up, but at the end of the day this game is well and truly over. Well played by my opponent, but I've learned from my mistakes, and hopefully if I face this again, I'll come out better. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Gonna play some more games now, cast some more later on. Hope you enjoy the content. I'll keep it up as much as I can.